Hello there, fellow Scorpios. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast for the week of May 8th through May 14th. What we have coming up for Monday, Scorpios, we have the Devil card showing up in reverse. The Devil card in reverse, what I'm feeling about this card for us is that this is actually talking about more, for a lot of us, more of a person than a situation this time. And so the Devil card in reverse, I feel like this is somebody who is trying to overcome something that has sort of taken control of them, but they're not doing so hot. Okay, so this could be somebody who's trying to overcome an addiction, and maybe they're having real trouble with, keep staying on the wagon, keeping themselves on the wagon. I feel like on Monday, whenever we see them, they have kind of fallen off, if it's an addiction issue. But whatever this is somebody who is trying to keep themselves under control in some way, and they just don't have a good grip on it on Monday when we're dealing with them. Okay, so on Tuesday, Scorpios, what we have coming up is the Six of Coins showing up in reverse. This is somebody asking us for help, and help can be a lot of different things, but we get to decide whether we want to actually extend that help or not on Tuesday. Now, on Wednesday, we have the Seven of Coins showing up, and the Seven of Coins is a very positive card. It does talk about a situation that we have invested in, whether we invested financially, emotionally, energetically, however we invested into this situation. When we invested into it, we did that with the expectation that there would be a payoff or a dividend that would come back to us from that situation because of our investment. And when we have the Seven of Coins showing up, that dividend or payoff is coming back. We are receiving that on Wednesday, whatever that may be, whatever that looks like for you. Okay, looking at Thursday, fellow Scorpios, Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is telling me that, at least for a little bit on Thursday, we are feeling very stressed out about something, and we're having a hard time dealing with it. It may be something that, well, I'll guarantee you it's something that we don't have a lot of control over, and we are just feeling like we're feeling a little out of control because we don't have a lot of control over this thing. And this thing may be another person. We may be wishing that, this other person would behave in a way that seems reasonable and rational to us, and they just don't. And that may be really stressing us out on Thursday. But there's a lot of different ways that could play out. It wouldn't have to be about a person, but definitely some kind of stress, and major stress that we're feeling on Thursday is what's showing up here. It's interesting because I don't feel like this lasts all day. I feel like for most of us, this just lasts a couple, maybe 4 hours, and then it's relieved. It feels like something that's very temporary, but it has a big influence while it's in play in our lives on Thursday. All right, let's look at our Friday, Scorpio. I am proud of us. We got the Four of Cups in reverse. Four of Cups in reverse just means that instead of having a pity party, we're just blowing off whatever disappointment it was that came our way, and we are focusing on the positive, focusing on the opportunities around us, and moving forward. Now, on Saturday, we have the Knight of Swords showing up in reverse. The Knight of Swords in reverse is somebody that we're interacting with for most of us, Scorpio. For a few of us, this is actually going to be us. And this is somebody who is taking very quick, very dramatic action in order to stand up for something that they believe in. However, when the Knight of Swords is in reverse, they're misguided. There's something flawed about this action or this plan, and eventually they're going to realize that. So whether it's us or whether it's somebody else, eventually whoever this Knight of Swords is going to realize that whatever they did dramatically and quickly, they kind of wish they didn't do. So if you feel yourself having the temptation to do something quick and dramatic on Saturday, try to put yourself in like a 24-hour timeout where you're just not authorizing yourself to take any kind of action until you've seen how things work out, and you make sure that you've given the truth the time to float to the surface before you take that action. If this is somebody else in your life that's taking quick dramatic action that may be misguided, you want to step away from the situation. Get out of that scenario as much and as quickly as you possibly can. You don't want to be involved in something like that, because once the person figures out that they did something that they kind of regret, they're going to be looking for a scapegoat, and we don't need to be that. No, 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 no. All right, Sunday. Death card showing up in reverse. Yay. I just was asking Spirit internally, is this us or is this somebody else, this death card in reverse? Bad news is, this seems to be us. All right, and the reason I say it's bad news is when we've got the death card in reverse, what that means is we're being really stubborn about something. There is something that we could change in our lives to make our lives better, but we're being very stubborn about holding on to the old way of things, or the old way of doing things, or the old people, or whatever it is. There's something that we know needs to change so that we can make our lives better on Sunday. We're just not doing it. We're too comfortable with the way things are. You know, we would rather be comfortable than go through that uncomfortable phase to get to the more comfortable, more happy phase. That's what's actually coming out. So, best advice here for us is if we notice ourselves doing that, stop it. We need to stop it. We need to take that new healthy change and incorporate it into our lives so that we can be happier and more productive in our lives. Okay? So I'm preaching to myself there too, just as much as anybody else, I'm sure. All right, so thank you very much, fellow Scorpios, for hanging out with me, for liking me, subscribing to me, sharing and commenting on my videos. I do appreciate all of your support. I hope to see some of you here this week for Reiki sessions, some of you here this week for readings. You guys know how to do that. All you have to do is go to my website, make sure I'm the right reader or the right practitioner for you. Once you make that decision, then all you have to do is contact me using the information that you find there, and we will get you scheduled for something really quick. All right, everyone, have a fantastic week. Peace out.